farmers a head start. By 2026, our new oil milling plant for edible oil will take Nigerian quality to the global export market. Zichis Agro Allied Industries PLC, investing the land, securing the plate, and building the future of Nigerian agribusiness. At Zichis Agro Allied Industries PLC, we aren't just a farm, we are a fully integrated agro-allied industrial powerhouse. Join us as we lead the charge towards Nigeria's food security. Zichis Agro, the future is fertile. Our headquarters can be located in the address showing on your screen. For more information, please call 0813 950 0616, 0802 106 6157, 0806 894 8302. In the heart of the soil, a vision is taking root. From an 18 acres dream to 61 acres of thriving green gold. We don't just farm, we scale. With 30 acres already fruiting, we are marching toward 1,000 hectares by 2030. We power the industry. Our upgraded 5-ton per hour feed milling plant meets the hunger of a nation, while our day-old chicks give farmers a head start. By 2026, our new oil milling plant for edible oil will take Nigerian quality to the global export market. Zichis Agro Allied Industries PLC, investing the land, securing the plate, and building the future of Nigerian agribusiness. At Zichis Agro Allied Industries PLC, we aren't just a farm, we are a fully integrated agro-allied industrial powerhouse.
Good afternoon, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. Let me welcome you to this event, which is the official listing of Zichis Agro Allied PLC on the Growth Board of the NGX Limited. We're truly delighted to be welcoming them today. First, let me apologize, we're not using our trading floor. Our trading floor, as you know, is world-class and is going through refurbishment or renovation, so we're not able to use it for this event today. But that said, I think we need to list this security quickly to allow brokers to trade on it. And I would come back to the official introduction, because we do have the board and management led by the chairman of the board of Zichis Agro Allied PLC. But because of the challenge of time, we'll just list the company, then we'll come back to the ceremony aspect of it. So I would like to call on the broker to present the company for listing.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to stand on existing protocols. Qualinvest Capital Limited and Ankoria Investments and Securities Limited are here this afternoon to seek the exchange's approval to list the entire 600 million ordinary shares of Zichis Agro Allied Industries PLC on the Growth Board of the Nigerian Exchange Limited. The shares were issued at a price of N1.81 per unit. Zichis Agro Allied Industries PLC is an integrated agricultural enterprise committed to driving food securities and economic diversification in Nigeria. The company's business model spans livestock farming, poultry, feed milling, crop production, and by leveraging modern agricultural practices. Sir, I confirm that the shares of Zichis Agro Allied Industries PLC to be listed have been duly registered with the Securities and Exchange Commission, and that there is no objection to their listing on the floor of the Nigerian Exchange. I also confirm that shareholders with CSS accounts have been duly credited with their holdings. Our prayer this afternoon is that the entire 600 million units of ordinary shares of Zichis Agro Allied Industries PLC be admitted to the daily official list of the Nigerian Exchange at a price of N1.81 per share and be traded on the floor of the exchange. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Your request is hereby granted. So, congratulations. Your shares will now be traded, and I believe that they've started trading. Just for the brokers, you do know that the shares is being listed by introduction. So I would like to just plead with you to be easy on the bid side, to also allow other brokers to have access, so that it's not just one broker bidding for the entire quantity. It would be nice to just moderate your bids to allow other brokers to also gain access. I'm not sure what the number is, but looking at it, it's saying it shouldn't be too greedy. It shouldn't be too greedy. Just limit limit your offer, your bid to a reasonable number, threshold of 5,000, to allow other brokers also have access. All right, as the trading is ongoing, the market will close by 2:30. So this was just to allow the shares to trade so that as many investors as possible can have access to it. So we can now continue with the ceremony of today, which is the official listing of Zichis Allied Agro Industry. So on the podium today, we have people from Zichis Agro Allied, led by the chairman of the board. So, but I would just allow our guests as well on this side, because we do have the chairman of Action, we have the CSCS CEO and the CEO of NGS Regulation. I will allow them to introduce themselves quickly, and then we'll go to the Zichis Agro Allied Industries.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Olufemi Shobanjo. I am CEO NGX Regulation.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shehu Yahaya Shantali. I'm the CEO of CSCS. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Shendi Adinangbe. I'm the chairman of Association of Securities Dealing Houses of Nigeria. At the same time, a board member of NGS Group. Thank you very much.
With humility, my own name is Solomon Itseya. I'm the company secretary of Zichis.
Good afternoon, everyone, and we are delighted to be here. My name is Hezekiah Adejo Oshaba, and I'm the chairman, board of directors of Zichis Agro-Allied Industry. And this epoch-making ceremony today really signifies another opportunity for us to grow our company the way we have been projecting, and we cannot just express ourselves. Thanks to the CEO of Nigerian Exchange Limited, Mr. Jude Chiemeke, and as well the CEO of the Nigerian Exchange Regulation Limited, for their assistance so far. And we are really delighted that this is happening now. And I'll yield for my other directors to introduce themselves.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Mrs. Akabo Suchinyere Antonia. I'm the CEO, MD, Zichis Agro Allied Industry Nigerian PLC.
My name is Chris Ogbaise, the Financial Director, Zichis Agro Allied Industry PLC. Thank you.
My name is Kabiru Abdullahi Tambari, Non-Executive Director, Zichis Agro Allied Industries PLC.
I believe we have some directors also.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Oyiwale Ogun, Director of Zichis Agro Allied Industry PLC. Thank you.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Madoye Falade, Director of Zichis.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Chief Zimako Akabusi, Director, Zichis Agro Allied Industry.
I'd like to call on the chairman to give a few remarks, after also the CEO to give a few remarks.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. We're welcoming you to this epoch-making occasion once again. This journey has been long in coming, but we are here, finally. The good thing about it is that we are here. with the help of our partners, the NGXL Limited, which they've been able to see us through all the processes till this point. And we believe that it's the beginning of good things to come, both for our investors and our shareholders. And we promise you that we are going to abide by all extant regulations lined down by our regulators, the NGX. And we should expect that we are going to put up the best corporate practice that that is allowable on this kind of occasion, on this kind of level. And we believe that our growth will come as it's supposed to be. And going forward, we'll continue to interface with the regulators to see that we don't go contrary to any of the regulations as we forge ahead. Thank you once again for this epoch-making communication. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman of Nigerian Exchange Group, the Board of Directors of Nigerian Exchange Group, and everyone sitting down here. I am highly delighted to be here today. Before, I thought that NGS is only for men. Or I'm surprised that I'm in it. Thank you very much for accepting me, accepting my gender to be here today. Zichis Agro Allied Industry Nigerian PLC, we've come and we have come to stay. Being the first to be listed on the floor of Nigerian Exchange in the year 2026 is a wonderful opportunity. We are here, as I said earlier, and we are here. We are making a promise here. We are going to abide by the rules and regulations of this wonderful organization. We promise accountability and transparency. We promise you that your share values will not depreciate. Our share values, our shareholders' values is a promise. Your dividends is a promise that we are going to keep, and is going to be a tradition of the Zichis Agro Allied Industry Nigerian PLC. Again, as I said earlier, I will keep repeating it. Don't be bored with it. We are here and we have come to stay. On behalf of Zichis Agro Allied Industry Nigerian PLC and my team, the directors, the non-executive directors, we will promise you one thing. That one thing is transparency. And we always give a listening ear to your communication. In any way you can put us through, in any way you can strengthen our stability and our accountability, please do. We plead that you do pass it to our communication team. My communication team, our communication team, Zichis communication team, we are always ready to answer and to reply any question. Thank you.
Thank you. We have 15 minutes to the close of the market. So we'll just allow them to keep trading, and so that we can then revisit the close of the market. But in the meantime, I'd like to call on my colleague, the CEO of NGS Regulation, Mr. Femi Oshobanjo, for a few remarks.
Thank you, Jude, and good afternoon again, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. We'll start again by congratulating Zichis Agro for this milestone achievement. Listing is no small feat. When companies come to list on the exchange, there's a lot of work that they have to do to prepare themselves to get here. And I think that the leadership of Zichis, the board, management, have done exceptionally well to prepare the company for this historic milestone. And I think they deserve a round of applause. At the exchange, we're the premier exchange in West Africa. And so we see ourselves as the gold standard. When companies come or subscribe to this place, there's a very high standard of governance that they have to adhere to. I like the comments they've made: accountability, transparency, disclosures. Those are things that investors naturally would expect to see. And of course, our style of regulation is one of substantive engagement. So we continue to engage with you, and we'll continue to guide you through this journey. It's a journey, actually. And the growth board is one of those boards that is designed for, fast-growing companies. Being an agro-allied business, this is really at the core and at the heart of the Nigerian economy. And I think these are if you look at the blueprint for that $1 trillion economy, this is the sort of push that we need. I will tell you that just earlier this morning, I was having a conversation with an entrepreneur who I wouldn't disclose, and I was talking to him about listing his company. And quite a few people have concerns about listing, but I think here we are today celebrating a company that had already decided, a company that was started in 2012 and it has a track record of, scaling up and made a decision on its own. We didn't come to you to say, come and list. You came on your own to list. And I think it really deserves, a lot of credit for the work that you have done. And we expect that obviously in the next 3, 5 years, 10 years, you will grow to become one of the real African champions. Congratulations once again.
Let me also call on the CEO of NGX, the CEO of Central Securities Clearing System, Mr. Shehu, to also give his remarks.
Thank you, Jude. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is to say a big congratulations to you, Zichis. My colleague said it here, and it's true. It's a big, big milestone, and I have to congratulate you on this huge step. This is a big step for you in the right way. I have this saying, I say it all the time, and it makes a lot of sense. Most times people don't realize what the likes of you are doing to the lives of people. I always say that you can't change the world. We can't do that. That's a divine law. We can't do that. But what we can do is to change someone's lives. And that's basically what you're doing here. Yeah. So I want to say a big congratulations to you. And at CSCS, in partnership with NGX, as shown here, and a lot of the key brokers in the industry, on behalf of every one of them, I would want to welcome you on board. And I always want to tell you that CSCS and our partners are here to support you, to give you that collaborative arm, and that's exactly what we're doing. CSCS has always been resilient, and we will continue to be resilient, and we will always continue to support the market. Thank you.
So we just wait another 8 minutes to the close of the market, so that once the market closes, we can then go into the facts behind the listings proper.
Join us as we lead the charge towards Nigeria's food security. Zichis Agro.
While we are waiting to the end of the trading, I would like to call on the end of the market to make his remarks on behalf of the brokers.
Give me that. Okay, this one is talking. Thank you, the CEO, Jude Chamera. Before I say whatever I want to say, I want to thank the CEO of the NGS, Jude Chamera, for what he has started doing. And they say 100 miles journey starts in a day. I've been hearing people criticizing our market about the float. Each time people list, they don't meet up the free float of the market. And I think if the vendors or the brokers today, they will notice that, yes, something has started happening. And I'm happy that that has started in earnest. Some people are saying, Jude, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. No. No matter how small a title is, you must carry it with two hands. And nobody answers a small boy in the animals he kills. He must be the one to carry the head of that animal because he killed it. So, he does here. He's covered with the law. The exchange and the sub-brokers and the doing will give him the necessary cover and the support he needs. And for information, you are just coming in case you need training, you need anything. We have S Academy lady here that can help you in the training and bringing you up to be at speed. You don't know about this market. And whatever you want to list in this market, bring that this. Whatever you want to list in this market will be consumed, will be taken care of. This is custodian of the market, the CSS MDs here. Anything that happens about listing and doing, carrying your market and keeping it safe for you is here. And we have capable hands. And for regulation, Femi Showanjo is a tested person who have tried him so many times and who know he can do it. He cannot go wrong with any figure. He cannot go wrong with regulation. So if you see this beautiful house standing, it's not that the house is just standing. There are strong people that are behind it. Because wherever a child is crying and pointing his hand at, if the father is not there, the mother must be there. These are the mothers of the things you are doing today. I congratulate you. I congratulate the experts that handled this issue. And I know they cannot go wrong because I know they are tested hand in the market. And for your information, I've just noticed, I finds its own. I've just noticed that one of our brokers is in your board. I know he cannot go there, be there. He cannot be there and anything will go wrong. So I congratulate you and I say you should come again. Bring the report when it is necessary because if you don't bring your report, will depend on hearsay. Baba, you are welcome. You are in your maternal home. So, with this short speech, I say, I end my catechism for now. Thank you very much.
address showing on your screen. For more information, please call 0813 950 0616, 0802 106 6157, 0806 894 8302. In the heart of the soil, a vision is taking root. From an 18 acres dream to 61 acres of thriving green gold. We don't just farm, we scale. With 30 acres already fruiting, we are marching toward 1,000 hectares by 2030. We power the industry. Our upgraded 5-ton per hour feed milling plant meets the hunger of a nation, while our day-old chicks give farmers a head start. By 2026, our new oil milling plant for edible oil will take Nigerian quality to the global export market. Zichis Agro Allied Industries PLC, investing the land, securing the plate, and building the future of Nigerian agribusiness. At Zichis Agro Allied Industries PLC, we aren't just a farm, we are a fully integrated agro-allied industrial powerhouse. Join us as we lead the charge towards Nigeria's food security.
So coming to the close of the market,
the future is fertile.
Just a few seconds now to the close of the market. Being our first listing, I want you to join me as we count down to the close of the market for the listing of Zichis Agro Allied Industry PLC. So when we are 10 seconds to close, I would like you all to join us.
So you can hit together?
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 0. Let me call on the doyen. He has a few words to say.
I've said something before, but I have to do an addition. The fowl that we have just killed has done, but the neck is yet to be done. Because there's no how they will come and dip in our market today with what they have done that we will not celebrate with them and sing our family song to say, you have done well. Because anybody that has done something good, he can give him a pat at the back. The MD and the chairman and all the rest of them from Ziggy, you are welcome. We have to sing our family song to bless you, and after the family song, they will also pray for you so that you will do well and bring more money for us to share. Thank you and congratulations. Prof, please.
Thank you, my doyen. Let me mount the podium also. Mr. Jude Chairmaker, FCS, and chairman of this occasion. Also, the managing director of NGX Limited. Your Royal Highnesses, I'm seeing an Oba here with us today. It's a great privilege and honor to have you here, sir. All other protocols observed, but I must also heartily welcome the chairman and his team, or her team, from Zichis Agro Allied PLC. And so we are going to sing this our family song in honor of Zichis Agro Allied Industries PLC on the occasion of their listing on the Nigerian exchange. And the song is also to welcome them to the highly revered capital market family. It gives me great pleasure and with humility to request that we all rise. The Oba should please remain seated, though. I don't have any cow to slaughter today. And that we all join our hands together as one unbroken family to sing this family song after the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. For they are jolly good fellows, for they are jolly good fellows, for they are jolly good fellows. And so say all of us, hooray! And so say all of us, hooray! And so say all of us, hooray! For they are jolly good fellows, for they are jolly good fellows, for they are jolly good fellows. And so say all of us. 3 hearty cheers. First and foremost, for our special visitors who are now part of us in this market, the newest company to be listed in 2026, Zichis. Zichis. I got that correctly. Good. And then next for the Nigerian exchange, third and final for the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Hip, hip, hip! Hey! You are welcome, Zichis. Hip, hip, hip! Hooray! Third and final. Hip, 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 hip! Congratulations.
Shall we pray, please? Most High God, merciful God, everlasting Father, King of Kings, the maker of heaven and earth, the giver of all life and gifts. We thank you for today and that which you have done. Thank you for Zichis Agro Allied PLC, for the journey they commenced and how far you have brought them. We know it is not by their might, but by your power and by your grace. The grace that has brought them this far, I pray that it shall lead them on, even on to greater heights. Today they are listed on the growth board of the exchange. We pray that in due season, they will not only be listed or remain listed on that board, but they will grow enough to be listed on the premium board of the exchange. This we know is possible by your enablement. And we ask that this shall be their portion in the name of Jesus. As you bless this company, they will become a blessing to themselves, a blessing to their community, a blessing to this nation and the rest of the world. This we thank you because we know you will do it. For we asked in Jesus' name. Amen.
All right, thank you. At the end of closing, we listed 600 million shares at 181. Today, at the close of trading, 69.6 million shares traded, valued at 138 1.5 million naira, and the price closed at 1 naira 99 kobo. Thank you, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. So we now end the trading. We'll now proceed to the facts behind the listings ceremony. Thank you.
Thank you, the Managing Director of the Nigerian Exchange Limited. May we all be seated. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. And thank you very much, the team of the Nigerian Exchange, as well as other market participants and institutions, as well as our guests for today on the Nigerian Exchange. I am delighted to be here, to be so invited to superintend the program of events for the first listing on the Nigerian Exchange in the year 2026. A few months ago, I was privileged to attend the annual general meeting of Zichis Agro Allied Limited. A few days ago, I was privileged also to attend the completion board meeting of this company, complying with all the regulations of the Nigerian Exchange, that of the SEC, including all the partners to this listing. And I am pleased to report, as a non-licensed market journalist, operator, that this company has met all necessary requirements of the market and of the government of Nigeria to be here. Please give yourself another round of applause, and this company. And why am I so pleased? I'm pleased with every company listed on this market since I first stepped here back in 1990 as a journalist. So over the last 36 years or so, I've had the privilege of being part of many of the companies here and be trained by the Nigerian Exchange. And when I say trained, I have my certificate of, of participation in market reporting, which the Exchange had kindly granted me and hundreds of my other colleagues, some of whom have also moved to other jurisdictions. So I am happy to be here, but again, I'm happy that the first company listed on the NGX this year is an agro-allied company. And why am I happy? I'm delighted because this company, an agro-allied company, goes to the heart of trade, investment, non-oil side of the economy of Nigeria and of every economy in the world. With agro-allied, you get energy, you get food, you get household products, you get virtually everything under the sun. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Madam, and the Chairman of the company. It's good to see you once again. I'm happy with the numbers as well. For full disclosure, I haven't bought the shares of Zichis Agro Allied, so let me fully disclose when I said I love the numbers. Not because I make money, but because I'm happy with the progress of the listing and the shares that has moved up today. Now, the Nigerian Exchange has organized this event, of which I've had the privilege of attending over the last 30 years plus, as a means of interacting with the market to show the transparency that the Nigerian Exchange brings to the table, especially for those of you who are directors, shareholders of the company. The Nigerian Exchange prides itself as a place of accountability, transparency, and integrity. The key message here at the Exchange is that when you become a listed company, you have dressed in public. Do I have an eye on that? Thank you. That is it. So you have done today by Zichis Limited is to undress in public. And when you look at the sitting arrangement, the man sitting next to Mr. Jude Chiemeka is the Chief Inspector General of the Nigerian market, and that's the NGX regulation. He ensures through his office and his team that everyone is done by regulation. So regulation is what drives the market, it's what drives investors' confidence in price discovery, in everything, every process of the market. Let me say a very big thank you to everyone. But first, let me quickly allow us to look at this 1-minute video on safety that will play on both screens in the hall. And you can watch the ones in front of you for just about 60 seconds. Safety is first.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nigerian Exchange Group Event Center. At Nigerian Exchange Group, your comfort and safety is our priority. As part of our health and safety policy, please listen to the following announcement. For your convenience, the restrooms are located to your right, just outside the door of this event hall. In the unlikely event of an emergency, 2 exits have been provided for your use. A stairway that you can access from the lift lobby just before you enter the event center. Another emergency exit is located right behind the stage's backdrop. The door can be opened by pushing the handle. Please do not use the elevators during an emergency. Rather, locate the nearest exit from where you are sitting in a calm and orderly fashion. Emergency responders will also be available to provide additional instructions as required. Please switch off your cell phones or activate the silent function so we don't interrupt the proceedings here today. Once again, welcome, and do enjoy your stay at Nigerian Exchange Group.
Welcome back. Thank you very much. Let me quickly, let's give a round of applause to the exchange where safety comes first. Well, let me make a very quick introduction for those who may have stepped into the hall and not with us when we did the listing ceremony. Please put your hands together for the Chief Executive Officer of the Nigerian Exchange, Mr. Jude Chiemeka, is at the head of the table. He's the only Nigerian on the table with a green and a white shirt, representing the colors of the Nigerian Exchange. And the CEO of NGS Regulation Limited, Mr. Olufemi Shobanjo, thank you very much for the listing and for sticking around. The Managing Director and CEO of the CSCS PLC, that's the Central Securities Clearing System, Mr. Shehu Shantali. Thank you so much. And you have our doyen, Mr. Sam Ndata, a licensed and chartered stockbroker and dealer. Let me say a very big thank you to the team from Zichis for coming to list. Well, let me start from the very top and give due recognition to our royal father, Oba, Dr. Engineer Mufutawa Adesonya Kasali, Muyige of Ijebu Itele. Kadepelori Kibata Peleseo. Esho, Ekwefunwao. Let me also therefore recognize other members of the Zichis Agro Allied Industries, the chairman, Mr. Hezekiah Adejo Oshaba. Thank you very much. Seated next to him is the managing director and CEO, Mrs. Antonia Chinyere Kabuze. The executive director in charge of finance and strategy at the company, Mr. Chris Obaise. See, they've chose the right man with the right height, like myself, to be in charge of finance and strategy. He sees everything. Put your hands together for the company secretary, Chief Barrister Solomon Isede. Let me say a big thank you to a few individuals who are also here as part of the members of the Exchange family. The chairman of the Association of Stockbroking Houses of Nigeria, Mr. Sheinde Adenaiwe. Thank you. And the head of trading and products at the NGX, Mr. Abimbola Babalola. And if you ever heard the headmaster, and that is him, he's trained many school students. He's very good in the classroom. So if you have school students, any one of you want the schools to visit the NGX, I'm sure that's the man that will provide some of the market education to our young ones in terms of market literacy. Alhaji Kabiru Tambari, the non-executive director, Zichis Agro Allied. Alhaji sits on the board and of course, audit member committee of many companies here at the exchange. Dr. Bob Adege Osarabo, the non-executive director at Zichis Agro Allied. Oh, he's not in the country. Oh, thank you so much. Let's give him a round of applause in absentia. Chief Zamako John, the non-executive director at Zichis Agro Allied. Doctor, thank you very much. It's good to have you. Another executive, non-executive director, independent non-executive director of Zichis Agro Allied, Mr. Amos Adeoye Falade. And of course, we have another independent non-executive director, Mr. Oyewole Ogun Isaac. And in this round of recognitions, let me say thank you to Mr. Teriba Adeboye, Managing Director and CEO of Q Capital Limited. And I'm sure in the audience we have financial advisors, solicitors to this company and others that are present today. It's a whole team in the house. It's early days in January, so time is still money. The last time I checked. So let me invite my CEO, anytime I'm here on the floor of the Nigerian Exchange Limited, Mr. Jude Chiemeka, to deliver his welcome address. Please give him a round of applause.
Thank you so much. Today is not about the exchange. We're really delighted to be welcoming a new member to our group board. But also let me thank Fola Adeyemi of Ankoria for the work they have done in today's trading and coordinating this issue. And we're really happy that this is perhaps our first listing for 2026, and this is just setting the pace for the many things that we're going to be doing this year. I also believe in the room, I have my other colleagues who give us the power to do what we do at the NGX, because we're a technologically driven enterprise. So I have the head of DDI, which is Digital and Data and Digital Innovation, Mr. Afiz Ramon, as well as the head of technology, Tululoba Ajayi. So they give us the wing to fly at the NGX. But that said, distinguished the Doen, the city gentlemen, members of the press, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me welcome you on behalf of the board and management of NGX to this event, which is the fact behind the listing of Zichis Agro Allied Industries PLC, the new company that listed today on the NGX. It's a great honor to be here to give these opening remarks. But suffice me to say that the step taken by this company is worthy of congratulations. So let me congratulate Zichis, led by their board chair, for taking this bold step to list on the NGX. And you can see from the array of the directors that they have, non-independent, independent, those are words that are strange to SMEs, right? But that is really the bedrock of sustainable growth. And the role this company plays in the Nigerian ecosystem cannot be overemphasized. I've heard comments around it, but if you think about food security, employment, conservation of FX, this company is certainly going to be helping Nigeria in doing all of that, because the agri sector Q2 contributed 26% of our GDP. And it's an area that the government takes very seriously. So it's really a call for investors who are looking for growth. You know where to invest. And it's also important to point out that our growth board is really a fast-paced board. We have a couple of companies that are listed on that board, and the whole idea is for companies that have market cap of 50 million to 4 billion to be listed on that platform. We expect that as they accelerate in growth, they will metamorphose, obviously, and list on the main board, and ultimately, as they become more compliant around their governance, then they can move on to the premium board. So it's also important to just emphasize to the company that being listed, amongst other things, makes you transparent and the rest. But it's also important to take advantage of the many tools that Exchange has in order for you to continue to be kept abreast of market developments and the things that are going on. I have my colleague here, and I just want her to stand for proper recognition, Ugochi Obi, who heads our X Academy. And I think the company can actually also utilize the X Academy for your board governance training, even for the training of your staff to also understand that they too have to participate in the market. Financial literacy, it's a key ingredient for people to make the right call, so you know how to invest, when to invest, and what to invest. All of that training you will get from X Academy as an institution. We're committed to market development, we're also committed to the development of human capital, and you get all that from our X Academy. Lastly, let me just say that the exchange, as you know it, for those that are not familiar with exchange, is a multi-asset exchange. So it's not just an equities-based exchange. So today we have 311 listed securities on our exchange. I thought we deserve a round of applause for that. So. And we're working towards creating more products and more avenues for more securities to be listed. So we have today on our board, on the exchange, we have 147 listed companies. We have 4 derivatives that are listed. We have 7 state bonds that are listed. We have 40 corporate bonds. And we have 101 FGM bonds that are listed on our exchange. And we have 12 ETFs, exchange traded funds, which is the second largest ETF market in Africa. So the idea here is for companies as well as investors to have an array of different securities that they can use to grow their wealth. We're also now a platform for listing of commercial paper. And so companies can actually raise commercial paper and also list on our exchange, amongst other products that the exchange is working on. So that said, let me congratulate you again. And the exchange will always make the commitment to work with the listed companies. This platform we're providing is one of the commitments, and there will also be other areas where the exchange is very visible. Now, as a listed company on the exchange, you will also be carried to all those platforms, including our membership of World Federation of Exchanges, our membership of United Nations Initiative, our membership of ASEA, which is African Securities Exchanges Association, that covers all the exchanges in Africa. So from Nigeria, you can trade shares in Nairobi Securities Exchange. You can trade shares in Casablanca or Mauritius or Uganda or Tanzania or South Africa. And Nigeria is playing a leading role in that space. So thank you for taking that bold step, and congratulations, and we look forward to working with you to ensure that you get the maximum benefits of listing on the exchange. Thank you.
Thank you, CEO. I'm not sure if you missed that latter part of the CEO's comment about the fact that the Nigerian exchange, all the companies here are available for listing and for trading, trading across Africa. And that means the NGX is part of the $3 trillion, about 12 exchanges in Africa that Nigerian brokers can trade for you. And that means that Zichis Agro Allied shares is available to investors in Ghana, in Kenya, in Mauritius, on the Egyptian stock market, in Botswana, and elsewhere. That's a round of applause, isn't it? So your company has gone Pan-African and global right from today. But let's listen to our guests, shall we? Let's see what they have to offer us and the market. Let's listen to the chairman of Zichis Agro Allied Industry. Please put your hands together for Mr. Hezekiah Adejo Oshaba, the chairman of Zichis Agro Allied.
Thank you so much. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Directors of Zichis Agro Industry, PLC, I humbly welcome you all to the facts behind the listing of our great company. I appreciate all parties to the listing, especially the CEO of the Nigerian Exchange, Mr. Jude Chiemeke, who and his board, his team, who has given us this wondrous opportunity to be listed today on their growth board. Also in our midst today, I highly welcome and appreciate the presence of Oba Dr. Engineer Kasali Adesanya Mufutau, JPMFR, the Moye Geso of Ijebu Itele, who is the traditional ruler of the area in Ogun State where Zichis Agro-Allied Industries PLC is located, and automatically our host, the host of our company. Kabisio, Filamakpelori, Batamakpelese. The journey of Zichis from a farm to become an agro-allied industry has been a remarkable one. In the history of agro-allied industries in Nigeria, our country, Nigeria, has come a long way to experience drastic revolution through agro-allied industries aimed at guaranteeing food security and employment opportunities to our farmers and populace at large. However, there are still several challenges ranging from poor funding, lack of adequate infrastructure and technology, death of skilled workers, corruption, climate change, and environmental degradation. In all of these lies great opportunities due to increase in the demand for processed foods and value-added products. Most importantly, government support for the agricultural sector by the access to forex through potential export and international market is a noble game changer. With the recent drive for innovation and youth involvement in agriculture, our society is witnessing a transformation from just being farmers to agro-allied industry. With a population of over 240 million growing exponentially by 2.03% annually and a high poverty level of over 60%, extremely poor populace due to high inflation, low productivity, highly devalued currency coupled with weak export commodities, Zichis Agro-Allied Industry has seen great opportunities to revamp its entire system in line with our vision to become a market leader in the agro-allied industry. We are organically growing, and we remain focused to our strategic growth plan. Our third quarter performance of 2025 with revenue of over 464.5 million and profit after tax of 166 million compared to 2024 and previous years is an indication of a fast-growing industry with so much potential to further increase its market shares in the agricultural sector. With our performance in 2024, shareholders smiled home with dividends, and obviously with our recent performance, shareholders are poised to have a good start in the first quarter of 2026 with good dividend. Our company on board of the NGX will only gear us towards expansion, but will also discipline us in doing business the right way in order to enhance shareholders' value and grow indigenous production in Nigeria. We make the pledge here and now as Board of Directors that will guide Zichis Agro-Allied Industry PLC with best corporate practice, principles, and abide by the regulations as outlined by the Nigerian Exchange Limited. At this juncture, I hereby call on our amiable Chief Executive Officer, Mrs. Antonia Akabusi, to throw more light into our operations and business strategy. Once again, thank you and welcome.
Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, members of Nigerian Exchange Group, NGS, our regulators, our advisors, our partners, members of the floor, good afternoon. I'm here to tell you more about Zichis. The slide is not on.
Yes, it's right.
Okay. Zichis Agro Aligned Industry Nigerian PLC was incorporated in the year 2012 and became a public company in the year 2024. It operates an integrated agro-biz covering oil farm estate, poultry, fish farming, animal feed production, and crop cultivation. The company started with an 18 acres of oil palm estate and has expanded to 61 acres within the space of 4 years. And Zichis has a plan to expand its palm estate to 1,000 acres before 2030. Zichis is currently running a poultry farm, which is our short-term business, and we call it our cash cow. Before you start palm estate business, you have to make up your mind to have a business that will run and maintain it. Because palm estate is a very difficult business. If you didn't maintain it properly, you will not get efficient yield. Zichis is operating 40,000 laying chicken. We operate 20,000 layers and 20,000 growers in the total of 40. Zichis has 22 fish pond, and it's upgrading its feed mill to 5 tons per hour. Currently, Zichis operates 2 tons per hour feed mill, which we use to feed our chickens. And with that, we have the confidence of expanding for commercial purpose. Zichis supplies eggs, day-old chicks, and point of cage. The point of cage, Zichis helps young growing farmers to start very fast. Zichis has a vision, and our vision is to be a leading agricultural industry and advancing sustainable climate-smart farming and setting the standard of quality, innovation, and responsible production. As it is agro-aligned industry, we transform agricultural products by adapting sustainable farming practices, deploy innovation technology, and promoting value-added processing. Our mission is of wanting to strengthen food security, to deliver high-quality agricultural products, and minimize environmental impact while contributing to inclusive economic growth. Zichis has that vision. Zichis has that vision to make sure that every Nigerian home has food. Not only have food to feed, but also feed itself well. Zichis Agro and Industry Nigerian PLC have a wonderful board. These board members have been introduced before now. Our board members were well selected from the world of the economy. We have people who have worked in the editing company, finance company, in Nigerian Customs Service, and Mr. Tambali, who have been in the exchange for a very long time, a stockbroker, a stalker. He knows the game. Sorry if I didn't use the right word. Anyway. My E-Finance, who is a financial guru, he knew what he's doing. So we selected very well. We look into our teams. we make the right choice so that Zichis Agro-Allied industry will be able to scale very well on easy journey. Sorry. Okay. Our industry overview. Zichis plays the agricultural, agro-aligned, agro-biz sector. Our subsectors are of livestock, poultry, and our aquaculture. Okay, sorry, my book press, sorry. Nigeria has estimated 273 million livestock, over 680 million poultry farms, making poultry the dominant poultry source. Egg is very important. We stepped in because we want every Nigerian family to have sufficient protein. All of us know very well that meat is now big man food. But with egg in your food, it replaces what meat can give you, and as much as more healthier than meat. The subsector contributes 17% of agricultural GDP and roughly 5% total of Nigerian GDP. Nigeria is among the world leading palm oil producers, with domestic palm oil production reaching about 1.4 metric tons in the year 2023. You can ask Google, and Google will give you better numbers. This level of output highlights the country's sufficient role in a global palm oil market and reflects growing local production capacity, even as domestic demand continue to rise. In all the poultry farms in Nigeria, the egg is not enough. And the reason why we are here is to expand more, to make sure that at least out of 230 million Nigerians, if 150 can have egg on their table every day, I think Nigeria will be out of poverty level we are and in health status we are in the world. Poultry alone accounts for about 1/4 of livestock and fisheries output, with industry value estimated at $4 billion US. The demand is rising. The population is growing. And we need to boost the demand for eggs, fish, and palm oil. What is the positive outlook we are looking at? Vertical integration agribusiness that can manage costs and scale despite industry challenges. The output we are looking at is as Zichis is about to step in. We see a gap, and Zichis are ready to close that gap by making sure that we produce quality feed and great jobs opportunities to reduce insecurity, because I believe that if we have enough jobs for our youth, the insecurity in Nigeria will be minimized. Zichis is trying as much as they can to close that gap, to make sure that our youth have something reasonable doing by creating job opportunities and making sure that Nigerians have protein sufficiency in their homes. There is growth demand for... You will believe me that there's growth demand in rising household incomes continue to drive sustainable demand for animal poultry, particularly egg, poultry meat, and fish. Zichis is creating value chain integration. Invest in vertical integration operation covers feed production, breeding, farming processing, and distribution, often improve cost efficiency, margin expansion, and earning sustainably. Zichis also is scaling up his aquaculture, increasing in fish capacity and Nigerian large protein defeat support, scalable opportunity in aquaculture, especially catfish farming and fish processing. You can invest in our aquaculture. Even if you cannot rear, you can buy a rare one, you can process, and you will export. In this place, we are stepping in for people to make more money and create job opportunity for every Nigerian. Zichis is ready to do that. We are adding value. Zichis is adding value in processing, packaging, cold storage, and branded consumer products, present opportunities to capture highlighting emergence and strengthen market positioning. Zichis also focused on the government. Zichis also focused on policy and financial support. In as much as the federal government is focusing on food security, Zichis also is focusing on food security. We also focus on agri-based development and local production, continue to support investment inflow and sector expansion. Over the medium of long term, Zichis improve processing capacity and quality standard, creating opportunity for regional and export market penetration. To our investors, to our shareholders, we thank you for your confidence. To our regulatory and partners, we appreciate your guidance. And to every member team Zichis, you are a true heartbeat of this success story. As we step into this new era, we invite you all, our partners, our investors and stakeholders, to join us in sowing this seed of prosperity that will yield lasting rewards for generations. Together, let us build a company not only producing food, but creating values, inspire confidence, and driving national development. Zichis Agro Allied Industry Nigerian PLC is no longer just a farm. It is a movement of faith and fortitude and the future. We are also aligned with the ESG principle, environmental, social, and governance, from responsible waste management in our palm oil line to community empowerment in our Agro scheme. Zichis is building a company that grows sustainably and serves responsibly. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as we ring this bell today, we also do this with renewed purpose. Our journey is that one of faith, resilience, and partnership. Our future will be of that one growth, governance, and greatness. Let us continue to work together. Let us feed our nation. Let us empower our people and make Zichis Agro Allied Industry Nigerian PLC a proud symbol of Nigerian enterprise and excellence. Thank you. God bless Zichis Agro Allied Industry Nigerian PLC. God bless Federal Republic of Nigeria. At this point, on our financial performance, as I said earlier, we have everybody who is fit in its position. I'm calling my A-Finance, Mr. Chris Ogbase, to continue from where I stopped. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Once again, I will say big thank you to...
I have to adjust the mic.
Oh. Thank you very much. I understand that. Yeah, if we look at the journey so far, and that's what I'm trying to just elaborate on. The cheese agro-allied industry, we've come with what they call a value chain in terms of backward integration. While my MD was talking then, she made me to realize that, yes, we feed our farms, our poultry. And how are we doing that? We ensure that we move into what they call a cost reduction strategy. And that is what makes us to be profitable today. Second aspect is this, and I'm sure if you're going to look at our financials, you will notice that our inventories is around 177 million, which means we plow back money, we partner with local farmers because of our raw materials. And what are we trying to achieve there? We are guiding against financial risk of market fluctuation. Now look at our graph. If I'm going to, please, can you help me move to slide 16? That's page 16. Yeah. Our revenue grew in 9 months. 9 months, we were able to record over 464.5 million naira gross revenue. That's 9 months compared to full year of 2024, which we had about just 251 million naira. 288 million naira, beg your pardon. While I'm going to look at after deduction of tax, which is we were able to record 166.5 million naira. Considering last year we did very good, but this year we are doing better. And last year we were able to give out a dividend, a cash dividend of 5 kobo as our dividend. Now let's look at our net profit. I want to also move so that we can just take away most of our time. Zichis agro-allied industry, what we have designed is our short, medium, and long-term framework. And how have we been able to achieve this? I'm going to say it. We were stable from 2023, 2024, in terms of production. And the figures are there, because we all have our hard copy. Please just go through it, you understand, because I don't want to really take much of our time here. We are stable in terms of egg production. And what we have been able to achieve is this, to understand our long-term vision in terms of our palm estate. Our palm estate is actually our future. Recently, we are doing what they call, that's our 61 acres of land is giving us 450 tons. 450 tons in our book today is around 405 million naira in terms of ending of the year. What have we done so far? We've been able to look at the business and we've been able to redesign ourselves that our shareholders' value becomes our priority. And what's our shareholders' value? Constant dividend payout option. While we're also looking at them in terms of strengthening their share, in terms of value creation. And how are we doing that? That's why we said we are now going into what they call, instead rather than producing for ourselves in terms of what they call it, feed milling plant, we also want to do what? Start producing for commercial. Ladies and gentlemen, you realize that the future of the company is actually very bright. It's like a donkey in a cage. So we want to explore, that's why we are here. So now, if we go further, if we look at our business strategy, we have our 4 SBUs. From our own research, we've been able to streamline our businesses to 4 SBUs. And one of it is the poultry, which we intend to scale up. Scaling up our poultry is to move to 50,000 in the first quarter of 2026. With that at 40%, so with that now, we are looking at having 80% production, which is about 40,000 eggs on a daily basis. Second aspect is our feed milling plant. Our feed milling plant, we're currently running 2 tons per hour. But right now, we are moving it by second quarter to 5 tons per hour at 6 hours operational cycle, which gives us 30 tons on a daily for 20 days production cycle, which is around 600 tons per month. That signifies that we are looking at 600,000 kg of feed milling plant. That, by the time we look at it in sack, and what has that done to us? From our cost of production per bag of 25 kg is 11,840. I just want to look at the difference, and they are selling it at 14,000. So on a monthly basis, we are guaranteed of 24,000 bags, in which 60% of it becomes for internal consumption because we are scaling up. That is one area we are looking at. That's very germane to Zichis Agro in terms of our short-term liquidity. Now, we've been able to look at that, and we say to ourselves, okay, fine. If we're going to do that, that shows that we want to play with price. Because the price now, we're going to reduce our price because our environment there is a farm settlement for poultry. So we are looking at reducing our price to play with price in the market. And we have the best concentrate. With best concentrate today, if we take away pilfering, I think we are doing more than 80% production capacity. But considering the industry analysis and our research, we say let us still peg it at what? 80%. However, we are still looking at increasing by fourth quarter to 100,000. And that's one of the reasons why we decided to be visible on the NGX floor. Second aspect, which is very also key to us, is our day-old chicken. Our day-old chicken is another very good cash cow for our business. Today, I will say to you, ladies and gentlemen, that rather than me keeping money in the bank considering inflation, I would rather plow that money and run a 90-day cycle, which is 14 weeks, with my day-old chicken. Day-old chicken is very scarce in the poultry industry today. So what do? We've been producing for ourselves, and we buy day-old chicken, we rear them for 14 weeks, and we sell them out. When we look at the time value of money, you know what that means to me. And that's one of the areas of our liquidity. Furthermore, we look at our aquaculture. Our aquaculture has not been doing badly, but we want to scale up to 50 ponds at 2,000 fishes on each of the ponds. What is Zichis trying to achieve there? We want to take part, we want to increase our market share in the export market. Today, I know a lot of farmers come to us, they come and cut away our fish, but I've sat down, I've looked at another area. One of the key things I'm good at is how to increase the market share and cost reduction. While we make a commitment that we must acquire 1,000, maybe my CEO did not understand our vision. Now that we've stabled, we are acquiring 1,000 hectares of palm estates. We cannot afford to fail. We want to benchmark Presco and Okomo. Those are the leaders, and we are seeing ourselves to get there in the nearest future. It's a tall dream. Thank you. Yeah. We always look at it, and I love the vigor and I love the challenges Zichis have come to play. While we are looking at the short term and the medium term, we're also looking at the future in order to ensure that the shareholders, when you are holding my shares today, don't think of selling that shares. Rather, think of acquiring it more. Like I've said, we have our medium term, which we know definitely we need to come aboard. Thank God they've said to us that we need to source for this short-term funding in order to increase our working capital. That is very, very important to the business. That's the key success factor. We want to actually source for short-term funds, and that one will enable us to actualize some of our short-term dreams, especially the working capital. And most importantly, we are, with our cash flow, while we are equally looking at going for IPO anytime soon, for that dream of that, because our kind of palm estate is not a palm. We are looking at agro-tourism, whereby rather people coming back to city center, rather we in the city center will go back to rural center and sit down and see, because that is the only estate that will give us what we call zero cost in the nearest future, but every part of it is a useful tool to our agro-allied industry. So we designed that future in that scalable method. Now, why, if you look at what are you trying to expect as an investor? Constant dividend payout. However, that will not affect our cash reserves. And our culture is to ensure that our oil milling industry, which is our 2030 project, becomes fruition in the next 5 years. We are going to have the oil milling plant, but we are thinking of having the oil refinery by 2030. So every shareholder holding that shares today should understand that there will be capital appreciation. I don't need to preach to Pope about Holy Communion. Understand that, yes, definitely, the company is not here to play. Rather, we are here for serious business. And one of the business is to ensure that value is being created on that shares. And most importantly, we need to now we want to attract investors, because we are still looking at vertical integration, acquisition with a meat processing, and that we are looking at from south-south, where we intend to establish a poultry for meat processing alone. And that's why it's one of the reasons why we want to go into IPO in order to seek funds to do what? To establish that. So, to invest in us, I'll say this to you. We are potential market leader. Don't look at us because we are small, but we have a large heart. 2, our clientele base is blue chip companies. Our service providers today, we can assure you that we don't even compromise quality. Our insurance partner, we can assure you that they are there with us in terms of risk management framework we design. We have our experienced management team. If you check them, we poach from the agro-allied industry, one of the top leading agro-allied industry in Nigeria, and one of the areas we don't want to compromise is standard in terms of supply chain. Our growth line has been consistent. If you check the record, we have never had a case whereby the last time we had it was as a result of prudency. Sustainable focus, a strong ESG, like my MD has said, and improving profitability, cost control. Majorly cost what? Control. That has been our major focus. And we've been doing it in terms of even the administrative expenses. If you check our book today, we don't spend, we don't live, we make ourselves realize that we are real farmers. And my background as an insurance person, we know what they call cost cutting and cost adjustment. But that does not mean we should not do the right thing. The market is wide, it's huge. I'm sure you know that. A population of 240 million, growing at 2.03%. And you and I know that cost of protein is high, Abby. Egg becomes the sustainable, and that palm oil becomes what everybody, in fact, one of our major strengths is the residue from the palm oil becomes our feed milling in the nearest future. On that note, I say thank you very much.
please, another round of applause for the team of Zichis Agro Allied Industries PLC. Let me make a very quick. Okay, sir. Please permit me to allow my CEO. May you please permit me to give the floor for a few seconds to Alhaji Kabiru Abdullahi Tambaru, to the non-executive director of the company, to make a few observations on his. You can do that, yes.
But I have to stand up, sorry. No, I'm prepared to stand up. Our CEO, my colleague, this is my second house. We come here for several companies. My name is Kabiru Abdullahi Tambari. On page 6, under my profile, I have seen where they write, I serve as non-executive director. Sorry, I serve on the board of IMB and Liberty. So it's a typing error. I even called the attention of my people before we joined here. I serve as member of the statutory audit committee of IMB and Liberty Bank. All these banks is an oldest bank. IMB is 1999. I served there to 2001, while Liberty Merchant Bank is 2000 to 2005. So point of corrections, they said I serve on the board of that company. So when I just received it, I prepared to say it by myself. And they said CCN and now Boa Cement. I am currently in the statutory audit committee of Boa Cement. In Boa Cement is correct. I am currently in the statutory audit committee. And also I'm the chairman of statutory audit committee of VFD Group PLC. And also last year, towards the end of the year, I elected into the statutory audit committee of Legend Internet PLC. I'm in the capital market for over 29 years now. So I'm appealing to my colleague, my investors. We can invest in Zichis Agro Allied Industries, and we can continue investing in the capital market, especially you young shall growth. Capital market is a place where you can invest your money quietly. Nobody can hear you except you and your brokers. Thank you very much.
You know, the reason Alhaji did not allow me to make the announcement was that I was the one responsible for that error. So he said he was going to make the correction by himself. But the latter part of it, of talking about buying the shares, he will have to pay me for that, because that is an advertorial. But because his company is here for a listing, it's been discounted. Give him a round of applause. And a very big thank you to members of the company, Zichis, for this briefing. Let's take a few questions. And these questions will be answered by the chairman of the company. And if he wants to designate any members of his team or directors to take any of the questions, we'll take about a few questions within the time allotted. And then we'll have the floor. The gentleman of the city goes first.
The CEO, NGS Limited, the chairman, Zichis Agro Allied Industry. My regards to everybody here. You've come, you've seen, you've conquered. Why I say this is that I look at your company as an integrated agricultural company. And it's great. Being on this floor for the past 15 years, Zichis is the only company that has come here with 600 million naira share capital. Company has been coming here with over 8 billion, 14 billion, a lot of billions. So I look at it that Zichis, you underprice yourself. And you are coming to this elite club of listed company. You are coming at the right time. Today, the whole world knows that you've been listed by introduction. which means you satisfy all the conditions that makes you to come as a proud company. To this, I will call the attention of the Chief Executive Officer of NGS Limited. Zichis listing today on technical ground is not by introduction. The private placement we've witnessed, that they've crowned us with witness today. It's a surprise to some of us. Because based on the rules of the NGX, free float, which is a minimum of 15% of the share capital of the company, what we've seen today is not up to that. And if a new company coming based on the strong rules and regulation that NGX have been telling companies to meet up their free float, I think Zichis would have come here with a full free float for us to operate on. You may be surprised that no broker got a unit of Zichis. Rostrum, who was the first person on the queue, did not get a unit. So what come about that? Is it a problem of our own trading engine that at the close of business, at pre-close, a million unit was on offer, but that didn't go to even the first, the second. So I'm surprised. Zichis is a good company, and I think we just have to, as we are here, CEO, we have to make sure that other people have the shares of Zichis to make up to the 15% free float. The brokers in charge should not go and use that to take the price up. So it will be possible, if it is possible, by tomorrow, that free float should be given to the market. I'm not on the technical ground on how NGS operate, but that I've given the assignment to NGS. Thank you all.
Thank you very much. May we please ask, yes, pass the microphone to Mr. Andori.
David Adonri of High Cap Securities, the big boss. I love your smile and performance today. Always on course. Soja has been on the war mode. He's a military man. So don't be worried about his militancy. I think those are issues that will resolve internally. But one thing emanating from that is that the demand for these Zichis shares is actually extraordinary. And that is why it's like the supply is a drop in the ocean. As of now, the agric sector has the momentum. I have received calls from so many investors from so many parts of the world, including the US, requesting me to take position for them in these Zichis. They don't really know much about Zichis, but from what we have discussed here, I have seen that the company is actually solid on ground, So I think this is a call because the CFO has spoken about an IPO. I think the earlier you expedite action on that IPO so as to increase the supply to meet up the pent-up demand, then the better it will be for a lot of us who are market operators, because you have spoken elaborately. We love your forecast, we love your numbers and so on. But we market the shares. We earn our income from the securities that you bring to the market. So as it is now, the supply is just too scanty. So you have to do so. That IPO, if you were thinking of 6 months, bring it back. I can assure you that it's going to be oversubscribed and you'll have so much money. In fact, the plan you're having for 5 years' time, you can realize it next year if you have the capital, man. You know? So having said that, I am a little bit worried, not because of how it relates to you in particular, but the issues relating to farm security, which is a serious challenge in the economy. But from what I can see in your presentation, no mention was made relating to any breach of your security. I know a few other agro-allied companies that have come here, they spoke about breaches to their security. So maybe you can shed little light on how you are securing your assets. And again, what plans you have now that you are expanding, you are increasing your acreage from about 60 hectares to 1,000 hectares. Well, Presco and Okomo, they are dealing with 10,000, 20,000 hectares. So you see how many rivers to cross. But now a journey of 1,000 miles begins with one step. From little acorns grow the mighty oak. You have started well, but let us know how you are planning to secure your assets moving forward. Thank you very much. You are welcome.
Well, you can please, yes, you have the floor.
Yeah. My name is Ibrahim Aliu from Sigma Securities Limited. I want to kind of comment on from the presentation of the CFO and the CEO. Honestly, what makes a lot of us come here is the interest of our investors. The fact that NGX circulated a letter saying that they are going to list the company today, a lot of people got interest in the company. Now, what the NGX does is that they have given you global visibility. You have to understand that. People that are trading from US and other part of the countries put a request. And that's why some of us left the office and come to the family house, so that we want to hear directly from you. There are two things that our investors or our clients are interested in. The CFO, we always read numbers when trading. What we want, try as much as you can. Do not miss any quarterly regulatory filings. Because the moment we started seeing delay, because I saw you so vibrant, your vibes, let me use Gen Z words, your vibes is so nice. We like the future predictions that you are doing. We look at the figures. So we want that to continue, but those numbers on quarterly basis, we need them. They are the fits that we take when we are taking those decisions or trading on your shares. Issue number 2, I was impressed the way you said that you have started paying dividend. I am telling you, if you can continue with that steady dividend payout growth, believe you me, you did not even start anything. Because these shares that you are seeing at 1 naira, you can see some have started, I don't want to even mention them, but I am telling you that these shares, if you can continue with that dividend payout, the amount of appreciation that you see, it's unbelievable. Keep it up, but don't miss your regulatory filing. Thank you.
So thank you very much. Let me also say that I tweeted also about the company, and I haven't gotten paid. So I told the world through my Twitter account that NGS is going to have its first listed company today. So please acknowledge that. Thank you. interesting. But let me allow the CEO and the chairman to make a few remarks of some of those comments by the city gentleman. Please, you have the floor, please.
You're on camera.
Okay. As per the free float that the other fellow raised initially from the onset. Okay. I would. Okay. We are sorry about it, and it was not our intention to be that way. But I would call on our issuing house and courier to throw more light on why this is so. If they are here, please, can we, and courier? Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. And my fellow city gentlemen, I'd like to stand on existing protocols, and I'd like to say thank you for your observation. We understand the challenges. We've also seen the demand, the strong demand for the stock. We're working with the exchange to ensure that the free float requirement is something good that will be resolved in their framework. Please note that we are engaging the issuers and the shareholders accordingly to ensure that sufficient supply is also provided to the market. We will work with the market to make sure that that happens. And I believe that Zichis also has a plan to ensure that we boost liquidity for the stock itself as it's been listed. Again, apologies for the inconvenience, but we're working on it, and be rest assured it will be resolved very, very quickly within the framework of the exchange. Thank you so much.
I'll just add also that I'll just add a few things to that because the free float issue is one that, of course, the exchange takes very, very seriously. Okay. And in fact, the approval that was given was conditional on that. Okay, so ordinarily you should meet the free float before listing. But here you have a company that just became public in 2024. The only way to actually meet the free float was to go to another market to do those trades. And we said, okay, we'll give you the ability to list. You have about 3 days. I think we gave them very specific time frame. You have 3 days within which they already have mandates, all right, irrevocable mandates from certain shareholders. And I believe that that's some of the things that you are seeing there in terms of they want to meet that first. But we said, no, you can't just give all to these people. You have to make sufficient available to the market. You must democratize the process. So within the first 3 days of listing, be rest assured that the market will get enough supply. But like I said, it's something that we're taking very, very seriously, and the company has to meet the free float within that time frame that was given to them.
Then on the issue of the breach of security for our farm, just as he's raised, yes, that's a challenge for every farm around the country. But we at Zichis, we have a peculiar relationship with our host community. If you see in front here, we have the Oba of where Zichis, the Oba, the traditional ruler of where Zichis is located in our midst here. And we have a very robust community relationship with them that we've not really had any thing to worry about in terms of security. The community have a buy-in into Zichis, and it's their baby as well as it is ours. And although there are other issues, there are other methods that which we have already put in place as well to guarantee security of our assets in Zichis. And our investors should be rest assured that we are not taking it for granted. We will do everything, go every mile to ensure that whatever it is that we have, that we minimize to the barest any security challenge that can come up. And in that respect, that is what I just want to say about that one. Then for the payment of dividend, like as he pointed out, yes, of course, for every investor here, that is the high point of why we want to invest in our company, in Zichis. And it's a pledge we've made that even as young as we are, for every time, we wouldn't relent. We would be very open and transparent in all our, like what our regulators have already said. At every point in time, we would avail them the necessary documentations that is required on time within our capabilities. And the issue of the dividends will continuously be paid as we do our business, because we don't want any situation whereby it casts any kind of shadow of doubt as to what we are doing. We have nothing to hide, and that plainness, that transparency will reflect in our books. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, the Managing Director, or the Chairman of Zichis and the rest of your team. You know, one of the things that make the shares of an agro-allied company very active is because it's food. And if you look at 200 million Nigerians, and I'll tell just a few seconds story. If you run a company that produces egg in Nigeria, and each one of us eats one egg a day, just one, that'll be 200 million eggs in a day, right? Anyone quick with maths, what will be 200 million eggs multiplied by 365 days a year? Who's quick with mathematics? Give me a figure. Accountant is here. Give me an idea. Sir? Yeah, 200 million eggs multiplied by 365. Let's use 200 million, which is fair figure. By 365, how many eggs a day? 86.4 million eggs. Billion eggs. Okay, so an egg, average in the market, uptown in the village where I live, is about 300 naira per egg. Could you please do the math? Why are you nodding your head before you read the figure? You can smell the coffee. What's the figure? 29 naira per year. So who wants to set up an egg company? Raise up your hand. Just to sell egg for Nigerians. Now, where's the story going? My wife, some years ago, went to visit her brother in London. And my apologies, my managing director. Just to stress the importance of that, we're just scratching the surface as far as Agro-Allied is concerned. And we had two small boys, and they were still relatively small. So I said, well, brothers has boiling egg for them, bread in the morning. So with my wife and the two boys, the senior brother walked into the kitchen and saw my wife boiling 3 eggs. He says, oh, it's nice. How many people are eating this? And he said, for me and the 2 boys. And the senior brother laughed. He's been there many years, and said, you mean one person will eat 1 egg? Here we eat like 5 eggs per person, and that's in London. How can one person eat 1 egg? You should eat like 5. How many of us here eat 5 eggs a day? So if you multiply that figure by 5 eggs per day for every 200 million Nigerians, I'm sure the central bank governor will give you a call. So enormous. Even those of us who are adults are not having enough. We shouldn't be eating 1 egg a day. We should be eating minimum of 5. And that's the truth. Any doctor in the audience, we can see after this and see if I'm right or wrong. Are there still any other questions in the audience? And nobody should set up the egg business without me. Please, I'm warehousing that business. Okay, there are no further questions. All right, thank you very much. Let me kindly invite Idoyen, who is another boss I have, to deliver the closing remarks and a vote of thanks on behalf of the market, on behalf of the gentlemen of the city, on behalf of the Nigerian Exchange, and Mr.
Thank you, Boza.
Yes, thank you, sir.
I have to congratulate the Nigerian Stock Exchange and greet the MD and the chairman of Zichis for coming. We're always happy if people come to add to our market, to deepen our market. And if you have come to our market, we'll tell you how we operate. And here, our word is our bond. And if you will not meet with our words or what rules, we want to, from day one, begin to have problem or issues with you, and possibly you will not like it. And Korea, you are the expert here. Whatever music we are playing, or whatever drum we are beating, you understand the drum better than the Zichis management. Please, this issue of free float, we don't want to talk much about it because it has been giving us bad name, and we want to correct it. You know, we wanted to start from you, and now you see how you are dancing, and the people who are watching are watching. Please, don't tell me you are bringing the new one you are bringing to make up the float at a different price. The price has been created. That price today is what you are coming tomorrow with whatever unit you have to make. Please, the management of Zichis, we are telling you how we operate here. Our word is our bond. And you can see that you cannot clap with one hand in this place. The two hands must be complete before you can clap. Please, liaise with your agent, that's Ankora, to make sure that he do the needful. I congratulate you because, one, I see viability in the company you are just listed today. I also see continuity. I see good product that is marketing itself. So in case you don't know, I've used the elderly man's eye to see the bag, what is in the bag you are carrying. So if you don't know, I'm telling you that what you are carrying in that bag is a good product. An old man went on the road and stole a fowl and put it in his bag. Children started pursuing him, and he started running. Well, when they caught him, he looked around, he saw some elderly people. He said, please, the elders here, use your elderly eye to look in this bag I'm carrying, whether there's a fowl here. They look at it, they saw fowl breathing in that bag. They say, children, go away, there's no fowl. Just to save the old man, we are using our elderly eyes, elderly man's eye, to tell you to liaise with your agent to make sure that the free float is properly done. Whatever you are doing, you have to do it properly and do it well. And I will not close my eye to see that this company and the product you are bringing today, what will spoil it is a free float crisis. I don't want it. Because the animal you are killing today is not the first time it's being killed in this market. If it's the first time, we'll say we don't know how to butcher it. But this animal has been killed in this market before, so we know how to butcher it. For information, we have Okomo here. We have Presco here. and others. So we are just adding to the line. So please, I'm begging you, do the needful so that everybody will be happy. And I'm happy to welcome the Obas, because today you are here and we're happy to see you. And our floor is not always like this, but I will beg you to take us as you see us. They are working on our floor. And because of the importance of these people, we'll say whatever it is, we'll manage to carry them along and make sure that they meet up with their business strategies and what they have planned to do as far as this listing is concerned. At least they are happy that we have listed them today, no matter how we did it. And if a fowl will come to a land for the first time, I know you want to stand with one leg. Today they are standing with one leg. And I have told you before, the S Academy is here. If there's anything you want to learn, she's there. Please stand up and so that they will see you. So always contact her. Before you leave, collect her card. And she will school you properly. And I know there's no long service and I have someone for evening service. And I want to end my catechism now. Congratulations, everybody.
And that's one of the elders looking into the bag. When we have so many of them on the floor, please give him an eye to do it. Thank you so much. Bearing any other item on the agenda, let me say a very big thank you to the management of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, led by the CEO, for the listing ceremony and these facts behind the listing event of Zichis Agro Allied. Please put your hands together again for Mr. Jude, Chairman, the CEO of the Nigerian Exchange, the CEO of the NGX Regulation. Thank you very much for coming, and other members of the exchange, as well as the top officials of the company, Zichis, the chairman, the managing director, the company secretary, the account and finance director, as well as the members of the board of this company. We thank you very much for coming, and I want to say a very big thank you to the rest of us in the audience, gentlemen of the city, the owners of the market, and the traders and dealers. We thank you. We also want to say thank you to members to the listing, companies in the market professionals that have brought this company to the market as well. Please do have a very pleasant day. I spoke about egg earlier. So whatever you see in the bag, if there's an egg there, just let me know. But just before that, there will be some group photographs here. A group photographs. Thank you so much, everyone, and see you next time. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
0813-950-0616, 0802-106-6157, 0806